MT Tom V3, Victor Kuratner. After a 2-week break, we have a lot of catching up to do. Yeah, we do, because last week's stream didn't even barely count. It was like 5 minutes and the Wi-Fi wasn't even working. So there's a lot to fill you guys in on. Only if she somehow got younger. Yeah, the title of this stream, to touch on what Joseph Currington said, is Amy from the Phish concert. Did she get found? And this is a big discussion on the internet right now. Like a huge discussion. There's other pages posting about it, even besides me, posting about me. We'll get into it, but I want to say hello to all the Mooners. Kevin Mack, Brad Pittless. Yes, it is still raining. That's part of why I did the stream outside today. Do you see the weather? Yeah, it's been storming for days now. Well, it's been storming, I guess now over a week. Last Friday is when the big storm hit, and it's been, you know, pretty much storming since then. We had a little bit of time after that last big flood that it calmed down a little bit, and there was like tractors in the streets piling up all the mud, but now it's storming again, so we'll see how everything holds up. Hello, dye armpits hair. My armpit hair is like black. I don't think color would show up on it. Sick bastards in here. JJ, howdy. I need to put it on all messages. I am using my phone for the stream today because I want to use the polls setting. Also, I haven't mentioned yet, we did just come out of that episode where I was cutting my bangs, so you guys may notice the front pieces are short now, and I actually did kind of fuck it up, if I'm being honest. As I showed in the video, for the front, I had swapped these two pieces because that's how my hair was laying before. But now that they're short, it actually lays where it would, because it is the middle piece. So probably today I'm going to cut this one because it needs to be shorter than these two if it's in the middle. It's gonna continue evolving. I never would have noticed. Yeah, it's very much just me having a very tuned eye when I look at myself. Oh, hello, David Cessny. Welcome. Chloe Exquisite. Oh, yeah, the new van is buried in Tephra, like Mr. Rainbow said. It's still parked at Dopey's place, and I've been texting back and forth with him. I was gonna go to Big Island, as you guys know, because I said it the week before last. I was supposed to go to Big Island this week, but then the flood hit, and then the Volkswagen, the guys at the shop, they're being fucking wankers. Like, I've had a lot of phone calls with them now, being like, what the hell? Can you do something? Literally anything. So yeah, that's why I'm not on Big Island yet. I'm still on Maui, and the Moonermobile is waiting for me, and I miss it. And I want to get started on the projects, but life is not cooperating at the moment. Pretty cool t-shirt. Where can we get one of these? Thanks, Kevin Mack. These are from idontknowbabyLLC. This is like my favorite shirt now. I love being able to wear my own art. Arguably, I like having the t-shirt of this better than I would have enjoyed having the piece myself. Is March usually the heavy rain period? So usually it's a little bit sooner in the year, like last year's flood, for example, was on January 31st, I think. So when we got through February, me and Rainbows both kind of felt like, oh wow, we made it through a winter without a flood. And then here we are in March, and we had the worst flood either of us have ever seen. Have you negotiated the amount of space allocated for you in the new van? Yeah, he's allowed to bring a couple bags, and there's room in the bed for him. The main reason I'm using my phone today is because I want to do some polls, but first I want to catch up with the chat. Thank you, JJ, for sending the link to my website. I love your necklace. Thank you, Cal V6E. I actually made this one. I beaded it. And I love it. It's pretty delicate though, so I only wear it when I know I'm not going to be doing my crazy shit where it might break, because I've already broken it once. I need to scroll down and catch up because I actually do have quite a bit to tell you. So, before I get way off track and start talking about all the random shit of my life, we need to touch on the title again. The whole Amy from the Phish concert debacle has gotten huge. When I posted that video, I knew it would get like, you know, a good amount of views, but only as much as I would usually expect. And it now, my original video has 12 point something million views, craziness. And other pages have been posting me. So people have been sending me links to these other pages that are on like X, aka used to be Twitter. I don't go on there. Ever since it stopped being Twitter, I don't go on there. I stopped going on there even before then. So someone posted my same video on there. They didn't even ask me, by the way. And it got like, last time I saw someone sent me the link was 3 million views. And then now there's other pages posting about the post on Twitter being like, someone found the Phish concert girl. So since that page on X posted, people think that that page found me and that I'm the Phish concert girl. And it's gotten to the point where the Grok AI, you guys know Grok, it's the AI that exists on X, and it like answers people's questions and fact checks stuff. When that page first posted my video, Grok said, oh, it's not the actual girl, that's actually Molly Eichenberger. But in the most recent times that people asked Grok, Grok is like, yeah, it's her. So even Grok thinks it's me. So that brings me to the first poll, because I want to play with the poll setting. The couple times we have, it was really fun. And now I'm not actually seeing it. Are you serious? I have totally run polls on here before, and now I'm not seeing it as an option. Oh no, we might have started the stream on my phone for no reason. Give me 1 second. That's funny. Mars said Amy is now eligible for AARP. Isn't that like the retirement assistance thing? Okay, 1 sec. I'm going to figure out Oh, yep, a poll. Okay. Am I really Amy? Interesting. Okay, the polls are in the form of stickers now. That is so weird. Boom. Is it really Amy? While you guys answer that, I will look in the chat. Kevin Mack said, you said living life is kind of crazy. I try to remember that even as bad as it gets, having to not deal with mutations raining from the sky, everything is not so bad for us. Yeah, there can always be worse. Even in my worst times, they're not as bad as some other people's worst times. So trying to stay grateful, though sometimes I lose touch. Elliot James said, now there's an AI Amy page. Is there actually? Because people were accusing me of being AI. People been accusing me of being AI for years, we'll be real. But like specifically now with that video, people think I'm just an AI rendition of Amy. And I'm like, I have been reduced to being AI altogether, but now even more reduced to just an AI recreation of someone else. So, I don't know how I feel about all this. You look like Daniela from Cat's Eye. I actually don't know how she looks like. Aw, thanks. The dread-headed Kraken said, your dreads are cool. Make sure you take care of them. Wash, retwist, and braid them from time to time. Thank you. I do wash them and braid them from time to time, but I don't retwist. I don't do any root maintenance anymore. I've been just letting them go because I want to see how they just end up being with nothing other than trimming my little face framing bits. You can move the poll on the screen. Weirdly, it only lets me move the poll up in the top half of the screen, oddly enough. I wish it would let me put it lower. I'll just put my face to the side. Poll, do you think Amy still wears her dreads? Oh, Kevin Mack asked, what's this about Amy? Can you explain the story? Okay, I will give a background story for anyone who doesn't know. In 1996, there was an interview on MTV outside of a Phish concert. And there's this girl named Amy who was following the band on the tour and just like selling hemp jewelry, I assume living out of a vehicle. And she got interviewed and everyone freaked out. Everyone fell in love with her. Everyone was like, I love this girl. Who is she? Where is she? And it, in the time, was a big thing, but even more so on Reddit a couple years ago. Everyone blew her up again and was looking for her. Apparently, they can't find her. No one actually knows where she is. No one actually can get in contact with her, I don't think. Like, this girl has disappeared. Meanwhile, she is an internet phenomenon. Everyone's been searching for her. People send me clips of her all the time, being like, is this you? Or being like, oh, this girl looks like you. So when this new trend came around, it was an opportunity to make a trend post, because the trend using the song Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls is a format where people show a clip of themselves now and say, Mom, what did you look like in the 90s? Or Dad, what did you look like in the 90s? And then they'll either post a video of them in the 90s or of a look-alike. Like, for example, if you guys know the music artist Subtronics, he's kind of like EDM DJ style. He hella looks like Andy Samberg. So, like, of course, for his post to Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls, it was like, Dad, what did you look like in the 90s? And then it was pictures of Andy Samberg. So it's like a trend where it's halfway joking, but some people actually post themselves. But on my video, people didn't get that it's like a trend, I guess, or they maybe hadn't seen the other posts. So a lot of people thought I actually am Amy from the Phish concert, and a whole bunch of other people don't think I'm Amy from the Phish concert and think I was lying and actually trying to pass it off. And I'm like, that girl has to be like 50 years old now. Like, I don't know. Some people believe it, and I'm like, do I look 50? I didn't think so, but now I'm wondering. And that brings me to the answers of our poll. I'll go ahead and close it now. Drag here to end poll. The poll ended and it was pretty much 50-50. Yeah, am I really Amy? 51% yes, 49% no. So actually it leaned more towards the yes. I am flabbergasted. My flabbers are gasted. Where's Amy t-shirts? That would honestly be great. The Mama Reader, hello. I hope you're having fun at the birthday party. Yeah, Victor, that's true. She might not even know this is even going on. Who knows? And she also maybe saw my video and thought I was trying to impersonate her too. Who knows? If You Seek Amy by Britney Spears, I wonder if that song was inspired by Amy. David T said, no, you don't look 50. Okay, good, thanks, hopefully. I thought Amy was you from 3 or 4 years ago. We do look very alike. And so I think that's why the video did so well, because it was believable enough, but also obvious enough that I'm not actually her. If you click on my page, it's pretty obvious that I'm not 50. And I also commented saying that I'm not her. Like, if people saw my original post and saw my comment, they'd be able to tell I'm not her. But the whole, I don't know, the whole of the internet has been arguing about it, and it turns out that controversy is what drives virality. At least that's what I've been gathering. Have you sold the Volkswagen yet? I wish. No, I have not sold it yet. It's still at the shop. So, real quick update on the Volkswagen. It's still at the shop. I've been trying to get the insurance to get it repaired since the damage happened from a crash that a lot of you watched happen live right here on my stream. And the shop won't send the estimate over. When we were there and dropped the Volkswagen off, he was like super stoked on it. He was like, yeah, whenever it's an insurance claim, I can just like bill it up and then we'll fix it. You'll get your van back soon. It's been a month and he hasn't even sent the claim over. I've been calling him. I've been blowing up his stuff. My insurance hit me up and was like, we never got the estimate for your claim, so we're gonna have to close the claim. So I called him again and left him a pretty grumpy voicemail being like, dude, what the fuck? you took too long and now they closed my whole claim. Can you do something? So, which I recorded that voicemail. I'll put it in an episode of In on the Moon. So then he finally called me back like 3 days after the voicemail and was like, hey, I heard your voicemail. And I was like, yeah, dude, what's up? Like, please have something to update me with. And he was like, I'll get on it. So who knows, maybe he sent it now. Hopefully, I don't know. So yeah, the Volkswagen is just still a shit show. There has not been anything easy about owning that van. It's been a rough time and it's just continuing to be rough. So that's what's going on. Mars said, I feel Molly sending a grumpy voicemail will sound pleasant. Well, you'll get to hear it hopefully next week on the episode. Kevin Mack said, the big yellow brick seems to be heavier as the weeks by someday. Yeah, it's just getting heavier and heavier. Luckily though, it wasn't parked by us where we are right now. I'm at Rainbow's place still, and if it was parked on the street outside of his apartment, that it would have been washed down. It could have landed in the ocean. The flood was so terribly bad here. People are so strange, they think they can just about believe anything. In the year 2026, have to figure a way to monetize this and create a new world. Yeah, people will believe a lot. They are believing a lot. And also just arguing with each other in the comments. It's been so crazy to watch the comments on my post that got the 12 million views. I've been like, just watching people go back and forth like, it is her, and then other people like, are you blind? Are you? And then some people are like, but Amy's white and this girl is something else. Just like arguing about the minutia. And it's been my entertainment for the week for sure. That would have been the perfect insurance claim. It still is, because I literally have the video of it. Oh, you're saying the flood. Okay. The flood, honestly, it has crossed my mind that it would have been kind of nice if the van just got completely taken out. Because I honestly, some days wish something would just come gulp it up. But the insurance, if they were to total the Volkswagen, I don't think they would give me very much. I honestly think they would only give me like $4,000 or something. Like, I need to get enough money from the Volkswagen to buy the property for the Moonermobile. So I'm still really hoping for 10K. And that is possible, especially since it's about to have a brand new exhaust. Like, that's a good chunk of work, like a lot of value added. It just got $3,000 worth of work when I got back from Arizona. So even in the past year, it's gotten thousands of dollars worth of work. I think it's got value, you know? I just need 10,000 back. Hey, Mullet Mona's in here, hello. The sounds of the wind chimes, yes, I love it. Pretty nice. Wait, you're not white? Not 100%. And people in the comments don't know what I was. They were just like, she's something else. What? Volkswagen Beetle, no, a Volkswagen Vanagon. Do not recommend at all, by the way. there's been a couple people who told me in the past year, like, oh, I'm thinking of getting a van again. And I'm like, don't do it. Unless you got real deep pockets and enjoy doing mechanic work, don't do it. An idea, Molly, consider a public raffle of the van on island. You know, I have been weighing that option out. And in Hawaii, lotteries, raffles, all that type of stuff is actually illegal. So I would have to run it as a sweepstakes, which means the entries would have to be able to be free. So I don't know, I've played with the idea, but the biggest holdup isn't that I might not get much money out of it. It's that in the past, when I've done giveaways, when people win, they like don't actually want it. So when I imagine doing a sweepstakes for the Volkswagen, I expect it would go the same as all my other raffle giveaways have gone, where someone wins and then they're like, oh, give it to someone else. Because like people want to participate and play, but then they don't expect that they'll actually get the item. So when they do, they're like, I actually don't want it. And I'm like, man. So if I do a sweepstakes, I expect we would be pulling quite a few names before it lands on someone who actually wanted it. Yeah, like Mullet Mona said, it would be so devastating if the person who won wasn't stoked. And I think that would be the case. Even, okay, all of you in the chat right now, who would even be able to pick up and come to Maui and get it? Like, no, none of you, probably. We'll run a poll on that. Would you actually want the van if you won the sweepstakes? And no cheating. Okay. The poll is live. Someone in Maui would buy it for $30K. You would think so, but there's a couple for sale that haven't sold. David T would want it. Don't you live in the UK? Have you given away your smelly t-shirt yet? No, that's gonna be when Van on the Moon gets 50K subscribers. Until then, the smelly t-shirt is just gonna keep getting smellier and smellier. That van is worth its weight in gold if it was parted out. Oh, that would be something. Getting rid of the parts, I think, would be hard too, though. Plus, shipping from Maui, man. The Creatures of Craft art piece is still on a boat in the ocean. I shipped it 2 weeks ago, and it hasn't arrived to VU. I checked the status, and it's literally on a slow boat. Rainbows would want it. What? Just to sell it, I would hope. Or would you actually use it? I was thinking that freeing yourself from the van as well as its value will be a way to get past the not so good vibes. Yeah, honestly, I would just like, at this point, I just want to be done with it. But a sweepstakes, I really don't have faith that whoever wins it would just come get it from me. I think that would then become its whole own mess, where I have to prep it for shipping and arrange all that and get papers notarized for them to be the authorized pickup person. I've done this runaround before with the Moonermobile, and I'm not into it. Not into it. There's people voting on the poll still, and so far it's leaning in the yes, where more people would actually want it. So I guess I should have made it more clear. Would you come pick it up yourself? Because you'd have to come to, you know, you'd have to come to Maui and get it. JJ said I'd park it in my RV parking spot in my backyard and make a tourist attraction. Once you get famous, I'd be rich. Honestly, yeah, whoever gets it, if they do like a rent out type thing, would probably make really good money eventually, because I'm gonna be probably getting more and more famous over time. My Instagram has like just about doubled in followers this week. So eventually, I think I'll be a big name in the content world, and Van on the Moon could be an attraction for people to go stay in my old Volkswagen. I just want to be done with it. David D said totally, but would you give me a push to get it started? See, that's the other thing. It's so hit or miss, and I've gotten so much work on it, so sorry that it's so noisy. I'm just like outside still. I have gotten so much work done on it that you would hope that it just runs perfectly by now, but it doesn't. Mention to the shop you would consider letting it go for $6K. I suspect that's the plan with the delays. What? Like their plan that they would want to actually keep it? Cause shit, they could go ahead. They could go ahead and I'll keep the insurance money. If that's the case, if they would buy it from me for $6K, and I could get the hopefully couple $1,000s from the insurance, I will call it a day, head to Big Island. Also, let's close this poll. Current poll numbers are 63% yes, 62% yes, and 38% no. So leans more on the yes, but if you think about me doing a sweepstakes and pulling a winner, there's a 38% chance that we'll have to pull again. See the problem here? Like, I'd be really, really lucky if the person who won actually wanted it. The odds are not very good. It makes sense considering they put a ton of work into it, sell it to them. Do shops do that? I think it would be a good idea to do a van B&B, make money on one island and live on Big Island. You could visit, making it more of a business trip type deal. Yeah, honestly, I've considered that. It just is too much of a hassle, you know? Because if I'm renting out the Volkswagen, it'll still be having problems. So whoever's renting it will probably be calling me a lot, being like, fuck, it's broken again. And I'm like, I just want to be done with the thing. Molly, can you do a live watch and reaction right now, viewing your first Van on the Moon video? I believe it's the van tour, 5 minutes. You were full of hope and optimism. Yeah, I was full of hope and optimism. I would rewatch it and do a reaction, but I am streaming off my phone, so it'd be very low tech. Once I set up where I'm like, have a steady streaming station and I'm using like OBS, I'll be doing way more legit streams where I can actually put like videos on the screen and we could look at stuff together and do reaction things. But if I did it right now, it would be like me watching it on my iPad and you guys would just be seeing my face. Sometimes the saboteurs are the people closest to you. I honestly don't think someone actually like sabotaged it. I think that van is just doomed. I think it's just doomed. Have you thought about advertising it in California? They may pay for shipping if they pay $12,000 for the van. That's true, that's true. I haven't even posted it on Facebook Market here yet because it's at the shop. Like, it being at the shop all month has really put a wrench in my spokes, honestly. It's just cursed, yeah. Mullet Mona's hitting the nail on the head. That thing. At this point, I just am scared to even drive it. Like, the fact that I got crashed into while I was parked and live streaming is so insane. What are y'all talking about? We're talking about my Volkswagen that has a curse. Yeah, so that's the main updates on the Volkswagen. So to sum up the Volkswagen update, it's still a shit show. It's doing just as bad as it always has. I'm grateful to be staying with Rainbows though. We've been having a lot of good, just cozy time during this whole storm and stuff. Staying dry for the most part, other than when we go adventuring in thigh-deep mud. So I, all in all, am seeing what the universe is panning out for me, because this time where the Volkswagen's at the shop and the Moonermobile's a plane right away, I haven't been driving anywhere. So I've been super just like grounded and doing a lot of yoga, playing my new ukulele a bunch, which the unboxing video for that uk, it's at like over 8,000 views, which is more than double what the previous most viewed warm pistachio video was. So that video's kind of popping up. Yeah?
Power's flickering in here.
Oh no. The I don't know if you guys just heard Rainbows, but the power's flickering inside. So the power might go out again because it is storming again right now. So if the stream cuts off, just know that our power's out again. Yeah, we really can't catch a break. Really can't catch a break. I don't know what is going on. If the power goes out today though, it doesn't really change my plans all that much, because for the rest of today, I want to just do like some stretching and fix this fix this dread. I'm gonna run a poll about that. Should I cut my bangs shorter? I need to at least fix this one. Oh, it's very heavily on the yes option right off the bat, so. Do you have a power bank? Oh, yep, here's the tractors rolling by. It's about to get crazy. It's about to get crazy again. So sorry that it is so loud. To answer the question about the power bank, the Jackery is in the Volkswagen, unfortunately. That would have been a great thing to have right now, but it's just been a whole fiasco. It's been a whole fiasco. Power goes out, go to the beach and drink Mai Tais. Man, I don't even drink. I'll roll a J and stay inside. Even the beaches during the storm are covered in mud and the ocean gets all brown. Ham Sammy man. I don't think I'm allowed to say much on YouTube. I don't know what all I'm allowed to say on YouTube. I actually technically posted a video about meeting Dimitri a couple years ago, and I took it down because I realized that's maybe not public information. Hey, Tyson Esh is also on Maui. What's up? Welcome. Hope you're staying dry, relatively dry. I'm at Rainbow's place on the lanai, and it is sprinkling right now. And our power was out for 4 days last time. Did your power stay on? I have 2 blue tea generators in my house. That blue tea, I don't know if I'm saying it right, Bluetti, that brand has been emailing me about power banks. So we're in talks about getting me a setup for the Moonermobile, but as with all the other brands who I talk to, they're like, ooh, we would love to give you some of our stuff in exchange for a video. We'll kick you like $100 or whatever. And then it gets to the shipping portion and I'm like, okay, but can you get it to me? I live in Hawaii. And they're always like, oh, we can't ship there. And I'm like, they obviously don't research me much before they send me the offers, because I make it pretty obvious that I live in Hawaii, especially on Van on the Moon. So that'll be something that's a potential collab if I get a remailer. So ship it to your sisters. Yeah, honestly, I have thought about that too, just shipping it to a family member and having them remail it to me. So we'll see. I actually should look into how much it costs to do the remailing thing, and however much money it would cost to have someone else do it, I'll offer Mullet Mona that much. Maybe she just wants to get some side hustle. I think Honolulu may have the power go out because a dam may break that generates the electric. What? That's insane. That's scary. Hopefully there's nothing like downstream from the dam if it breaks. Like hopefully nobody's houses are there. Here in Iao Valley, there's videos going around of this house that actually like was built right on Iao River, basically on top of it, because the river was rushing so bad that it like washed out the ground from beneath this house, so the house actually fell into the river, which is so insane. What led to you becoming homeless? Have you seen the economy? Do you live in the US right now? Having a spot like a house or an apartment is just not even reasonable unless you're somewhere where rent and housing is like super cheap, but I don't want to live in any of those places. So basically I wanted to get out of the cycle of having to pay high rent at a place, so you have to work all the time so that you can afford your high rent at the place. So you're working all the time and you have no money because you're paying for a place that you're barely at because you're working all the time. Does that not sound fucking awful to all of you? Like, would rather be homeless. I don't actually consider myself homeless though. I'm using that word right now because it was in the question, but I am not homeless. I have 2 vans on 2 islands. They're both home worthy. And also I'm staying with rainbows, and also I have family I could go to. Like, there's home. I have home all over the place. I've decided that home is wherever I have my backpack and my suitcase and myself. That's all. Wherever I am, I'm home now. So I'm not homeless. Mars said, stop talking about me. Sorry, was I explaining your life scenario? I was probably describing most of your guys' lifestyle, which in our modern day society is the norm. But I think that our world is shifting out of that. We got so industrialized. I mean, we literally went through an industrial revolution, and here we are just reeling in the wake of that. And not a lot of people are happy with it, but a lot of people are just in it. So I'm broken out of that and plastering my life all over the internet, partly as a way to show people, hello puss. Puss came outside. Some rainbows let her out. Hello, do you want to come up here? And anyone who keeps hearing me say rainbows and doesn't know who I'm talking about, that's my partner. He's inside his apartment, which I'm outside of right now. Aw, camera shy. Camera shy. I'm gonna close this poll of should I cut my bangs shorter. It went about 50-50. If you want to make money, you need to be working. I mean, yeah, but I like to do a different style of work. I grind 6 days a week so I have a place to stay and I can watch Molly streaming on Saturdays. Seems like a win to me. 6 days a week, Mars, that's insane. I hope you at least make a good money. That's a lot of working. Some reading you might like, Albert Camus and the Absurd and Routine. An Absurd Existence, that sounds interesting. This monotonous cycle feels meaningless until the question why arises. Yeah, I am trying to get out of that cycle. Also, I actually started reading again. I took a break from reading for 4 years. I've read a couple books in the past 4 years. I think I've read Getting to Zero, The Voice of Knowledge, The Mastery of Love, Butterfly Season, and now I'm reading the BKS Iyengar translation of the Sutras of Patanjali. So in the past 5 years, I've read 5 books. Well, not 5 complete. I'm on my 5th book in 55 years. But I took a good break from reading. This is me having a break. 5 books in 5 years is slow, considering that I went to school my whole life and had to read a shit ton of books every year, and then went to college where sometimes I was having to read a book a week. So yes, so I after my 1 book a year hiatus, I am back into reading, which feels good. I needed that break, and I'm glad I took it because now I can actually enjoy it. I saw you read a Volkswagen repair manual. Okay, I also read the Vanagon Haynes manual and the Vanagon Bentley manual, so 7 books in 5 years. What college did you go to? I went to UC Santa Cruz, so I am a banana slug. Will you be writing your own book? I don't know. I'm not opposed to it. If I were to write a book, it probably wouldn't be an autobiography. I mean, maybe when I'm like old. I'm already 74, so maybe when I'm like, if I live to 120, I'll write an if I live to 120, I'll write an autobiography. But if I were to write a book anytime soon, it would be coffee table style material, and by that I mean it would be an art book with sort of kind of journal entry / poems and just like little self-help mantra type stuff and pretty visuals. So yeah. Those earrings look heavy. They're supposed to help stretch my ear holes out. Where I live, someone advertised their fully furnished house for rent, asking $1,200 a week, so $4,800 a month. God damn. See, that's the prices out here too. People post like a little shack. People post literally, it's basically like a shed on their property for $1,500 a month. I'm not even kidding. People will post their shed, like, who wants to come live in my storage shed? Give me $1,500. Shared bathroom. Kitchenette, which means you have a camp stove and a microwave, maybe. And like an outdoor sink. So if anyone wonders what the housing market is like on Maui, it's absolutely terrible. Ooh, I have another poll to ask. Another poll that I'm gonna ask is, what type of what device should I stream from? iPad, which is what I usually do. Or So these are the options for the newest poll, because this is one of the things I wanted to ask about. This is mainly for the mooners who are here like every week. So the options are iPad, which is what I usually stream from, iPhone, which is what I'm streaming from right now, and I don't know if you guys notice a difference in quality, which what I'm using right now is my iPhone, and that's how I've been able to add the polls. I am actually not certain if I'd be able to add the polls from my laptop or not. The laptop makes it really tricky for me because that's a lot more setup than just smacking my phone on my tripod. If you watch the movie Pulp Fiction, there's a part where John Travolta's wearing a banana slug shirt. Yes, I have seen that. He's wearing it in like the last scene. iPhone, more mobile. It is nice being able to like just have it like wherever, whenever. So far, iPad and laptop are tied, which is crazy, and iPhone is falling in last. People are really voting up iPad. Wow, that's surprising. You guys know that if I do it from my iPad, I can't use the polls, right? Can you show the outside where you're at? I am actually not gonna fully show the outside because I don't want to like dox us, but I'll show you a little bit this way. Yeah. Stormy skies. Stormy clouds. It's gonna be dumping here. And I'll show you my plant collection. There's the aloe with a bunch of little babies growing out the bottom. This is my firestorm. Oh no, I just messed up a spider web. Here's that spider. Sorry man, I just killed your home. Little spider guy living on a plant. Yeah, I totally just fucked up his web. You can still kind of see it, but it's a little tangled now. I mangled it. Another tiny aloe. Here's some that I'm propagating currently. You can see it's getting new roots right there, and then there's this little tiny. This is my favorite because it's long. And then these are rainbows, cactuses. Puss is in the window. Hello. Okay, we'll get this poll closed, which was inconclusive. Everything tied. So for now, to answer the question of the poll, I'm just gonna use my phone for a while so that I can run polls and so that I don't need to get the laptop and stuff. Because to do it off my laptop, I have to actually use my Sony Alpha and like a capture card, and I have to have a power supply with me. So until the Lunar Mobile is built out, I'll just be streaming off my phone. Have you fixed the Sony Alpha? No, it's still broken. Still broken. It's still usable. I used it to film this week's episode, and it's, yeah, still broken, but usable. The screen just doesn't work, so I have to guess. Like, it'll still record, but I just can't see what it's gonna look like until it's already done, which has been kind of fun and has unlocked a new filming style for me. As a cinematographer, I would usually like do a test shot, make sure everything's perfect, the settings, yada yada. Now I just have it on auto ISO, auto white balance, like auto aperture. Everything's just point and shoot. And since I can't actually see where I'm shooting, I'm actually ending up with kind of cool angles that I wouldn't have thought of doing before. Cause usually I'd make sure it's like square and using the rule of thirds, but now it's just like, it's pointed in the right direction, and I'm ending up with some actually kind of cool shots. So I'm leaving it broken for a while. Plus, I looked up a tutorial of how to fix the part that's broken, and it's a whole hassle. There's like 30 of the tiniest screws I've ever seen that have to come out. And then there's a bunch of steps where the guy making the tutorial was like, you gotta be real careful at this part or you could fuck the whole thing up. And I'm like, nope, I'm not doing that. Rainbow's offered to do it, but I just don't even want to put it on him because he's got a bunch of shit he's working on too. So the Sony Alpha is just broken, and that's okay. I'm okay with that. Which brings me to Kevin Mack's question. You've been yoga practicing. What chakras have you been working on, and have that helped you? How's it been going? I'm so glad you asked that, because part of yoga, so yoga is so much more than stretching. In the Western world, that's the perception a lot of people have of it, but like, it's so much more than that. Part of it is asceticism and living without and just like being okay with whatever you have. So I have a broken Sony Alpha, but it still works. I'm thankful to have a working camera. I also have a phone I could shoot from. I have a van to live in. I don't need a house. I am making just enough to scrape by off of my content creation. I don't need to be rich. I just need enough money to be able to eat, really. Like, I've just been working on that, just being okay with what I have, being at home in myself, no matter where I am, has been a big part of it. But as far as which chakra I'm working on, my throat has been the biggest opening. I've been singing a bunch more, trying to get more comfortable singing in front of people, in front of the camera, even in front of rainbows. I still get nervous and find myself like singing quieter than I would if I was alone. So I'm working through a lot of throat stuff right now, and burning the old ukulele is gonna be a huge activation and clearing. Aw, Victor Kreitner sent $10. Thank you, Vic. It means a lot. This stuff like this helps me because right now I am not working anywhere else, so all my everything comes from online, and that's a scary jump to have made. So every little bit that comes in I cherish, so thank you, Vic. Mars said yoga, stretching, aestheticism, and farts. It does often, clear out some energy that way too. Is the camera insured? Oh my gosh, it used to be. And then, because I had valuable property insurance for a while, it was renter's insurance, and I think that's gone now. A little bit ago, when my blue car got totaled in the last flood, I cut down on my insurance a lot because obviously I took that one off of my claim, and then I was assessing it and I still had my renter's insurance, but I wasn't renting anywhere. I live in a van, so I don't think it's insured anymore. And even if it was, I don't think I would do a claim on it. Can you make a short refurbishing the mud-drenched Berks? They honestly look fine. Walking through the mud did get them super dirty, but we had to walk through water since then, so that like rinsed it off. And then I also just rinsed them in the sink. So the Berks are doing okay. Do you ever do fasting for a day? No. Or not like on purpose. There's times where a day goes by and I just like didn't happen to eat. If I just have been like running around all day that day and didn't think about it. But there hasn't been times where I'm like setting out with the intention of I'm not gonna eat today, because I like food. I enjoy having nutrition. I find myself getting my energy levels dropping really low if I don't eat much, and my mood getting bad. I don't know if you guys have heard the term hangry before, but it's real. The shorts of you creating your clothes from reused material is pretty amazing. Thank you. I have more projects in the works right now. It's a quilt that I'm making of all recycled materials, as well as some crochet things I made. And yeah, I have some other clothes that I want to upcycle soon too, which I will be making more shorts of. Today, my mission is gonna be to finish fixing my hair, because this one's really bugging me. It's really not doing it for me. And I don't know if I'm gonna film that or not. I might just do it as a short. Whoa, the rain just started coming down. It's actually getting on me now. I'll give you guys a shot of the wind chimes for a bit. Yeah, coming down. The storm is brewing. The storm. Yeah, there is a pretty big storm coming through again. Not as big as the last one, but if there was one bigger than the last one coming through, I would be up on the mountain right now. Hey, Dink Drew's in here, what's up? Fasting is absolutely magic, just like the tortoise. Takes fewer breaths, is the longest living animal, the longest living land animal. Wow. I'm curious. I will be looking into that later if fasting does lead to longevity. I'm sure everything within moderation, because if you fast too hard, you'll just starve yourself to death, which seems like an awful way to go. Do you own a rice cooker or pressure cooker? Yeah, I have a little rice cooker. Do you put it all in there together when you say rice, bean, and frozen veggies? Do you just throw it all in together? Because that'd be an easy one-pot recipe. I've considered putting my little rice cooker. I've had the same rice cooker since college. Lately, it's just at Rainbow's place, but it has a little steamer basket So I think you can cook the rice and put little veggies in the steamer basket. Make a little meal. What's the biggest bug you've ever stepped on? The fat ass cockroaches we have out here that live in the grass. Me and my friends used to throw these little like LED dancing parties at my place on the west side, outside in the lawn, and there was like so many cockroaches that just live in the grass because they just live here. Like, they're just everywhere. But if you stood still for too long, they would like, you know, come out the grass and touch your feet. So that was one reason to not stop dancing. Whatever you do, don't stop dancing, or the cockroaches will go on your foot. So yeah, that's the biggest I've stepped on. And by big, to me, I don't know, they were like that. Which is pretty fucking big for a little bug. You remind me of Panam Palmer from Cyberpunk. I'm not familiar. Maybe I'll look it up later though. Usually when people tell me lookalikes, I would whip out my phone and look it up real quick, but I'm streaming on my phone right now. I would like to do some like, I like watching the videos where someone is surfing the internet and also like you see a square of their face. I like watching videos like that, the whole reaction video style thing, and haven't gotten into it myself because you guys know my videos are mainly like project videos, art videos, talking style, but eventually when I'm more of a settled down person, I'll definitely be getting into that like reaction style content and showing us just like looking at stuff on the internet together while live streaming, because that stuff is so fun to watch. There's one streamer that I watch pretty regularly, the only streamer that I watch regularly, his name is Hassan, and he watches like the news live, and he's actually got like he's got a history in journalism. That's what his degree is and everything, so he's super knowledgeable. So I love watching stuff like that. My cooker speaks to me in Korean. What? Do you speak Korean? Like, can you understand it? You look like Rob Zombie wife. Oh, the one that's in like House of a Thousand Corpse. Are you talking about her? Cause I watched those movies. I forgot what the other ones are called, but we watched all the Rob Zombie movies, and those were gnarly. I was like getting actually a little bit nauseous watching that shit. I did like his wife though she is very psycho. Dog shocker. Hassan did not shock Kaya. They've confirmed it. He's shown the collar. It's a vibration collar. Oops. Whoa, I just went to a really weird screen. Okay, I'm back. Still getting used to streaming on the phone. I actually think that I'm gonna end the stream soon and go continue cutting my bangs, because I really just am being bothered by this one. I almost did the stream today to be me cutting this one on the stream, but I decided against it because we never stay on focus anyway, and I already knew we would end up talking about the whole Amy debacle because there's so many posts going around, and like mine is viral right now, so I was like, no way I would get this done on the stream. Is JJ bang a murderer? What? Dank Drew, I am on Maui right now. I miss Arizona. I miss Mullet Mona and James the Wild so bad. So I'll probably see them hopefully within the next couple months. I don't want to go more than a couple months without seeing them. Oh, Mars sent $5. Thank you, Mars. I would like to sponsor the first bang cut. Honestly, it wouldn't be a bad idea for this one to actually just cut it and then brush it. You guys saw in the video that I had brushed and then cut, but this one's got so much. It needs to lose like 4 inches. This one's gonna be like, think, right there. And then I'll shape the rest to be like a good taper with it, because yeah, this thing needs to be gone. I saw your post on Twitter. I didn't post on Twitter. Or are you talking about the other page that posted mine? I should go look at that comment section actually, because I haven't looked at it myself. I actually haven't went to that post myself. People have been sending me screenshots, so I've seen bits and pieces, but yeah, I have not went on Twitter in years. Frittatas, pancakes, and cornbread in your pressure cooker. What? I didn't know you could make that in a pressure cooker. Oop, what the? If I tap a message on here, it actually opens like a really weird page. People are always asking me if I'm a hippie in the chat. I don't even know what that means anymore. So I don't just like identify myself as it, because I don't know what it really means nowadays. Someone said cubensis grow in Hawaii. They do. There's a cow field on Maui where apparently you could find cubensis growing out of cow shit. I've went to the field and I have seen cow shit, but I haven't found mushrooms. And if I did find any, I don't know that I would eat them. It's kind of gross to think like, cause basically, if a mushroom grows on a cow turd, it's like made of cow turd. Because it would be building its body off of the stuff it's collecting from the turd, you know? It's a little bit nasty. Cow dung, psychedelics for the win. Oh my gosh. You can get sick that way. I believe it. Yeah. That's where the saying holy shit comes from. Everything's clicking into place. Guys, by the way, I don't know if any of you are on the Threads app. It's a relatively new app. I just joined it like a week ago. And it's been pretty cool to see, because it's basically like Twitter, but not as whack as Twitter is now. I feel like Twitter is like an alt-right playground at this point, but Threads is a lot more conducive for the type of stuff I would want to talk about and like the people I would want to interact with. So if you guys like Threads, add me on there, and if I recognize your username, I'll add you back. because I've been having fun on there. I'm gonna maybe take my Jesus is half alien spiel over there, which I found out that I'm not the only person who thinks that. There's actually a whole theory similar. Twitter is definitely a corn website now. Dude, I know. It's like, even Grok got in trouble for making child corn. Like, it's gross. I don't like it on X. I don't even like that there's a post of me circulating on there so heavily. I do not associate with that app. Oh, Victor said I joined Whatnot but have yet to see one of Rainbow's shows. Dude, we've been up on Whatnot the past couple days. Well, I guess up until like the day before yesterday, he had a really long stream going because right before the flood, he started a show that had like 200 something items in it for a 7-box break, and the power went out while he was selling the spots, and I was hopping on there too, like getting on the camera if he needed to go take a shower or go make food or something. So I was having fun with it, and at one point we had to actually be in the candlelight. We literally had a candle lit on the screen and was like letting them know the power went out and like the iPad is probably gonna die and lose service. So that was interesting, and we had to pick it back up, and he finished it now. But if you do want to see a show, he'll probably do another one soon. I don't imagine it would be this weekend, but we could ask him. I missed the Monday show he did, I think, last week. Oh, so there, I will, how about for the next show, I can do a post on here. It's a Whatnot show. We're talking about, to answer Kyle Edwards' question, my partner does Whatnot shows, mainly about collectors stuff, like cards, like a baseball card type stuff. So yeah, he'll be on there, and I'll also be on there. I'm a mod on that stream, and then also sometimes I'll just go on camera for a little bit. You should get on Telegram or Patreon. I am on Telegram. I don't know. I have a Telegram account. I don't really go on there. I have my notifications turned off for Telegram because I'm in these huge group threads for like Maui and Big Island where people say like what community events are happening, yada yada. It's just too much though. Like my phone gets swamped when I have notifications on for Telegram, so I don't even barely open the app. It's just like overwhelming. Only when I'm specifically looking for something. Molly can time me out for bad behavior on that stream. Yeah, I actually have muted people, or on there they call it hide from show. I had to hide a motherfucker because he came in with bad vibes. Yeah, there are a lot of sellers on there. It's a whole different world on Whatnot. I was not familiar with it until fairly recently because one of my friends from growing up, well, really, she was Mullet Mona's best friend, but since she was over all the time, me and her were friends too. She sells like cute pajamas on there, which sounds random, but that girl, she's making a killing selling bamboo pajamas. Mullet Mona's actually drawing the designs to get printed on the bamboo, so Mona's a pajama designer now. And then now I'm even more into Whatnot because Rainbows is pretty heavily into it. How long have you been doing the van life thing? So I bought my Volkswagen over 3 years ago. Almost 4 years. That's insane. Yeah, because I bought it like a year after I got to Island. And then I moved into it 2 years ago. But in the past 6 months, I'd say, I'm not in the van much. Not the Volkswagen, that's for sure. I've been going to my sister's place, staying with Rainbows a lot. Currently, the Volkswagen, I just can't even trust it. So van life is on pause till I get to Big Island. Are you a Rasta? I wouldn't feel comfortable calling myself a Rasta because I'm not like fully immersed in that lifestyle, if you know what I mean. Same way, I wouldn't call myself a yogi. People ask me all the time if I call myself a hippie, and I just have been avoiding a lot of labels because people on the internet are so scrutinous that as soon as you put a label on you, everyone will start trying to tear you down and be like, you're not that though. And I'm like, fine, I just won't call myself anything. Doing any Phish shows this summer? No, I'm gonna be focusing on myself this summer. What's your music genre of choice? Indie and alternative, 100%. I also like reggae and some EDM, but indie and alternative are at my core. eBay is triple OG. Yeah, I've bought plenty of stuff on eBay over time. I haven't really sold stuff on eBay before, but now I just have my own website, so I just sell stuff on my own website, which needs some updating. Do you smoke weed? I don't know if I still don't know if I'm allowed to say that on YouTube or not. So for now, I'll say that I'm not answering. But you could probably take a guess. The main reason before that I was like not clearly answering that is because I was working a job that gets drug tested, and now I don't work that job, so I don't have that reason not to. So now I'm just worried about my shit getting banned on the internet. Favorite indie artist? Ooh, that's so tough. That's so tough. Because it changes over time. I mean, I really like Modest Mouse. I really like the XX. My favorite band is probably not then. I wonder. Probably not what? But yeah. My favorite band is Sticky Fingers. I would say they lean more alternative / reggae, but I would still classify them as indie because they have such a unique sound. Baked brownie segment with Lacey Morg's sister. That would be fun. Rainbow Kitten Surprise. Yes, I do like Rainbow Kitten Surprise. Free Fall is such a banger. Free Fall is my favorite song by them. I actually have been working on an ukulele rendition of that. I've been working on all type of songs, but you guys, I think it's about damn time that I film my No Rain cover. That's been a song that I've played for so long, and the main reason I haven't put the the cover out yet is because I always mess up the intro finger picking, but on my new ook, it sounds so much better. My fingers are, even though when I first got it, I was like, oh, this is so spread out. But now that I have been playing with it for a week, it feels better spread out. Like the finger picking stuff, I feel I can be more precise because I'm hitting a bigger target, if that makes sense. Playing these really quick riffs on a soprano where the fretboard is itty bitty, you'll hit a wrong note more often because the notes are closer together. But on this concert neck with the frets, like sometimes my fingers are like all the way out. Bigger targets are proving to be easier. Yeah, and it's lagging. So here's the thing, guys, the power might go out any minute. So if it lags or something, it's because that. I'll have to check out the XX I'm not familiar with. Once you hear them, if you listen to indie music, once you hear them, you'll be like, oh, that's who sings that. Because a lot of their songs are part of the like backbone of the indie genre. Victor found a place gluten-free tofu soy-based meals and egg yolk. What? That's making me hungry. Yeah, it's about time for me to make some breakfast. I might do egg and sausage. Love your necklace. Where's it from? I made it. I beaded it. I can actually show you guys a better look at it, because this was my first time making a necklace in this way. I've done plenty of beading, but I never tried to actually add like a real clasp. Are you vegan? Nah. I'm having probably sausage and eggs for breakfast today. What time is it? It's noon. It just hit noon. We're in Hawaii, so that's why. This is the necklace, which I have considered making some more like handmade jewelry like this and putting it on my website in my little boutique section. But I need to practice this part because it was actually pretty hard to do these are solid gold, by the way, the clasps and stuff. But doing the crimping, I don't think I did it very well because the tails do look, well, I don't know. This was my first try at properly crimping a necklace with real gold. So for my first one, it is pretty good, but it did break already. This little ring was closed before, but now you might be able to see there's a little split in it. So that's why I am careful. It unfortunately was a bad length and I didn't think it through because I went into downward dog and the necklace just perfectly goes over my chin, and I was just doing a typical like sun salutation. So you go from downward dog like up through cobra, and my chin went like this and went dink and snapped it right off. Tragic. Just a little soldering and done. I don't know how to solder though. Tempeh over tofu? Yes, get those probiotics in. Please sell your jewelry. I would love to purchase. Yay! Okay, a couple of people are saying I should sell some. Maybe I will expand to offer my types of necklaces. I do enjoy making them and wearing them. I've been making my own necklaces for a long time. Where'd you get your beads from? Oh, where did I get? I ordered them online from this like crystal website. Well, this one, the turquoise centerpiece, I got in Santa Cruz at this one crystal shop downtown that I just used to go to like every week. And the rest of them are a hodgepodge of ones that I bought or strands that I broke up. Most of my beads are kind of upcycled in a way because I'll get like old necklaces that are just like crystal shard necklaces and then cut them and take the beads, or like from old bracelets I had. So this is a hodgepodge of all type of beads, and I still have a bunch more. You aren't supposed to wear jewelry while doing yoga. Well, sometimes I just start doing it out of nowhere because I stand up and then I'm like, ooh, a stretch would feel good. So then I don't take my shit off because I'm just like, ooh, I'm gonna do it right now. But now I definitely don't. Now I definitely don't wear this one when I'm stretching. Do you have any videos we can follow along with you doing yoga? No, I actually don't film myself doing yoga for a couple of reasons. One, because I think that sometimes people watch yoga videos to be looking at like the body of the person doing the yoga, if you know what I mean. So I'm like, it's a practice that's really near and dear to my heart, and I would hate it to turn into like a peep show, you know, because I wouldn't want it to end up that way. So basically, I don't post yoga videos for fear of sexualization of it, because I see it happen online with other people, and I doubt it would be any different if I posted that content. And also for the other aspect, that I'm not like a super experienced yogi. Like, I'm not like whipping out some crazy flexibility, so I wouldn't want people getting down on me like, oh, you're like, you know how fucking trolls are. I've been dealing with a lot of trolls, especially this week, and it's been tough. I've got a pretty thick skin, you know, but it's been a big influx. Like I said, my Instagram has doubled in followers almost in the past week, so there's been a lot of new eyes on me and a lot of people saying a lot of stuff. Victor Kreitner, let's be honest, it's to detract the perverts. Exactly. I'm just keeping them away. The gooners be gone. You're telling me people look at people's body on this internet? Yes, definitely. Which it's okay to look, but people, when they start saying shit is when it gets weird. Did you do the bangs already? Kinda, but I fucked them up. So you can see these ones are pretty much done, but this one's so way longer than it should be. So I'm gonna cut them again today. David T, you're funny. Do yoga on Patreon. Become rich in just 3 months. You know, it would be a good cash grab. Yeah, and you aren't a yoga teacher. Yeah, I'm not like a yoga instructor. There's actually the courses and stuff that people go to. So I wouldn't want to go around posting stuff like teaching yoga, not being a certified instructor. Have to run to the post office. Be safe out there, rainbows. Be safe out there. At least it's not raining too bad right now. Your packages might have a chance of staying dry. And then when you get back, maybe I'll be making the sausage and eggs because I'm getting hungry.
For Mars.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah, sexy forearms.
Tattoos. Mars likes my tattoos.
How'd you like that? How did you like that, Mars? The official good girl of the internet. Love that. No one would watch you to learn yoga, I reckon. See, that's exactly what I'm talking about. I don't think people would, if I posted yoga content, I don't think it would be with the pure intentions. It wouldn't be actually yoga oriented in the eyes of the internet. So that's why my long-winded explanation of why I don't post videos of me doing yoga. There you have it. And Puss is here. Puss wants to say hello. Hi, baby. She loves to lay on my chest. If I'm like, if I was like this, she would come plop herself on me. But if I pick her up myself, she's not having it. Someone said she's the type of girl you meet on an airport and then fall in love and never see her again. Yeah, that's because people idealize others. I've actually been seeing videos about that and the whole concept of idealization, and that's why they say like never meet your heroes, and like that's what infatuation comes from, because when there is just like they call the perfect stranger, you make up all type of stories in your head of what they're like, but odds are it's not actually what they're like. So the whole airport perfect stranger phenomenon is all just a fantasy. Even you guys watching me on the internet, I can guarantee that whatever perception you have of me is probably pretty far off. Because everyone, there's like infinite perceptions, infinite viewpoints in this world. So we just come up with ideas about each other to fill in the gaps. So yeah, I would actually be curious to know if I were to able to peek into your guys' minds, see all of the versions of myself that exist. I can see rainbows down there. Bye! You look like a real life doll. That's funny because the AI thought I was a doll too. Mars, normally you watch your language when James is on stream. Are you going to go a whole stream without Molly going pirate mouth? I don't know, I've dropped a couple F-bombs. I don't know if this has been completely clean, but I have been slightly cleaning up my language, partly due to not because James the Wild, but because I've been editing myself. As a YouTuber, I'm always watching videos of myself because I have to as I'm clipping them up. And like, dude, when I'm editing the Van on the Moon episodes and I hear myself just like every third word is a cuss word, is, it is a lot. I'm just like, wow, people watch me and I'm talking like this, and I know it actually truly offends some people, because people will be commenting like, oh my god, why do you talk like such a potty mouth? And I'm like, fuck, I don't know, I was raised like this, I guess. My mom has absolute sailor mouth, my siblings do too, plus I literally worked as a sailor for 4 years, so I just have a potty mouth and I'm trying to clean up my act. I don't think I'll ever be one of those people who just like doesn't cuss, but I don't need to say fuck every other word. It's a lot, you know? It's a lot. People, David T said, fuck that. And Dank Drew said, royally fuck that. Yeah. You curse so smoothly, I love it. Yeah, because I like when you can just flow and be saying whatever, so I'll still be talking shit and having my sailor mouth, but at least I'm just not doing it as heavily. Pick a number from 1 to 20. 16. Clem Johnson said, I used to have dreads, but I had people stop me and tell me it wasn't okay. They were really mean. Dang, I'm sorry, man. I've had trouble with that type of stuff too, where people in the comments are like, you're not black, you can't have locks, but just know it's not true. There's locks in so many cultures around the world, and I'm not even talking about the Vikings. People are so quick to be like, the Vikings, and I'm like, no, there's so many more besides that. And I've been writing out the scripts for videos coming soon of the history of dreadlocks, which I've been talking about for so long, and I've done a TikTok series on it years ago on a different account than the one I have now even. But I'm working on a real good one, because I'm just gonna put it out there as my final statement. It's 2 videos. One is, it's gonna be the history of dreadlocks around the world, and then the other one is gonna be why I have dreads and what they mean to me. So I actually have documents running where I'm been collecting my knowledge, which I already have a lot of knowledge on the subject just from years and years of being a dreadhead, and also all the research I did leading up to actually getting them. And I'm diving even deeper into it now that I'm like gonna be sharing the knowledge with other people. So yeah, I'm getting into it. That's gonna be probably a long video, because we're going to go through every culture, every region of the world that I can figure out stuff about. I'm gonna start the video in America, because that's where I grew up, so, and then it's gonna move around the globe. They're trying to bait you. I know, sometimes people are just rage baiters, but a lot of people also do think that Africans and Jamaicans were the only people to have locks, and I'm like, are you serious? Like, that's, even looking at Jamaican culture, they call weed ganja. Do you guys know ganja is literally a Sanskrit word? Like, it goes back further. It goes back further. I'm gonna be talking about Shiva, like that root wise. When the video culminates and gets to like the root of it, we will be delving into Hinduism pretty heavily. I'm curious how far back dreads go. I always perceived it as a Jamaican style, which may sound naive on my part. Jamaican dreads are relatively new, which is like so crazy because that's what so many people associate dreads with, because the whole Rasta movement. But like, it goes back further, How many siblings do you have? 6? 6. If you count full blood, half, and step. And me, there's 7 kids in the family. If you look at Cleopatra, wasn't some of her wigs dreaded? So yes, her wigs actually did look like dreads, and the depictions of hair in the art from back then, it all looks like locks. Like, it goes so deep. I honestly should make that video sooner than later. This week, I ended up doing the bangs video. Dreads go back to before brushes were invented. Yeah, how do you think people used to paint? I'm kidding. I don't know if people actually painted with their dreads. But the Native Americans used to paint their dreads. They called them hair rolls, and sometimes they would put red paint on them, which is why I'm starting the video in America, because it's a very common thing in America for people to be like, oh, dreads are only here because slaves, and that's why they're called dreads, because they were dreadful. That's the common narrative that people push so hard, and it's like, dude, do you not realize that there were people here with dreads before the slaves were brought here? Like, the Native Americans literally had locks. Yeah, before hairbrushes. Yeah, before hairbrushes, everyone had locks. I am really excited to put that video out. I feel like I almost, in a way, burned an episode by doing the bangs as the episode this week. I'm like, damn, I have so much other stuff I want to talk about. As I was editing this week's video yesterday, I was just like sitting at my laptop thinking, like, of all the stuff that I could have had an episode about this week, I'm sitting here editing for hours about cutting my fucking bangs, and it doesn't even look that different. So just know that I was mad at myself yesterday, and I intend on doing something more meaningful next week. I was in a weird mood this week, so the flood and everything really threw me for a loop. As I'm in my throat chakra activation, part of that is finding what I want to talk about and what I want to express into the world. And through clearing blockages in our chakras, you will find hiccups. You'll find the spots that are still, locked up. So I found a spot this week, and it's my videos and me deciding what I want the core of each video to be. So from now on, I realized, this is actually a activation I had this week. I was like, you know what? I am gonna be more selective on what I film or not. Like, for example, I'm gonna cut my bangs again today, but I'm not gonna film the whole process. Like, you guys don't need to watch me brushing my tips out and like snipping at hairs one by one. So just know that it's gonna be, things are gonna be different. I'm honing in. You look like white Zoe Kravitz. People say that all the time, which I don't mind it because I love her. Love her and her whole family. Both her parents are dope as fuck. Lenny Kravitz, have you guys seen how he's doing lately? Because I was shook. I mean, of course I heard his music and knew about him from like back in the 90s. But I've been seeing his posts come through on like Instagram and stuff. And I don't know how old he is, but he is still getting down. He's like dancing. He's like super fit and like still super funky and like super energized. I'm like, dang, whatever Lenny Kravitz is doing for his longevity is working. And her mom's Lisa Bonet, one of the most beautiful people of all time. So she was bound to just be an icon from birth. Is this the cheese appreciation channel? No, but we can talk about cheese if you want to. Cheese is life. I do love a good cheese. Thank you, David Sesney, for saying to tap your screen. Double tap your screen. I always forget to say stuff like that. How do you deal with supervisors? I'm actually my own boss now, so I don't know. I don't know, baby. I don't deal with supervisors. I used to at my old job, but I was like not super receptive to them. I didn't have to interact with them much because I was working a boat, so the crew and the captain, we don't really see the supervisors much. How old am I? I'm 74. Who would win a fight? A cheese wizard or a cheddar goblin? Cheese wizard, obviously. I would say a wizard is much more powerful than a goblin. How do you make a living? I have a couple of different revenue streams right now. Number one, first and foremost, YouTube. I have 5 YouTube channels. Check them all out. I used to work as... Aw, thank you. Clem Johnson sent a $1.99 gift for you. Thank you, Clem Johnson. This is how I make my living. People who are awesome, like Clem Johnson, who come on and watch my stuff and... Sorry, I think I had an eye boogie. People watch my videos. I get ad revenue from getting views on my videos, and then people also send tips like that. I also have a website. My website makes money in a couple different ways. I have merch on there for sale, so anytime someone buys merch off my website, I'll get a couple dollars from it. It's not much, but it adds up. And also just from getting visitors on my website, that creates ad revenue. I sell my art, which the last piece I think sold for $222. So like that was a good little chunk. So yeah, all type of stuff. Also, I just get random money sometimes, like from selling stuff that I just have, doing odd jobs. People, like if people need me to like crochet their dread roots, like I stay afloat because I don't spend a lot. I think people will often say I'm a Trustafarian or assume that I'm from a wealthy family because it doesn't look like I work a lot, but I somehow am just existing and affording to live. So I can see why from the outside a lot of people think I'm just a trustafarian, trust fund kid, in other words. But really, I don't spend a lot of money, so it doesn't take a lot to keep me afloat. I don't have rent. I barely have any bills. I don't spend very frivolously. I'm a minimalist, so it's not like I'm just buying expensive stuff all the time. So I just really, I'm able to make a living by not spending much and staying true to myself and spreading the vibes. I love being a content creator. I do need to pick up the pace with my money making soon because it has slowed down greatly since I stopped posting on Van on the Moon. My income cut in half, so I am needing to post on Van on the Moon again. But I'm okay with having a slow time period because like I'm not spending much money right now, so it's okay that I'm not making much. Plus, hopefully I'll get an insurance check soon from the van crash, so. Aw, thank you, JJ, for putting a link to the merch shop. A couple people actually ordered stickers this week, and I always have fun packaging the sticker orders because those ones I do package myself and write little cards that go with it. And what about a mozzarella master? You guys are funny. What are your other YouTube channels? So I have 5 of them, and if you go to this channel, you'll right away see a section that says my other channels, and they're all linked there. There's Van on the Moon, Molly Top Circus, Warm Pistachio, and I Don't Know Baby. Lastly, this one, Molly and the Mooners, my main channel. And I have fun. Having so many YouTube channels is a great time because I can choose like whatever I want to do that week. I'm like, fuck it. I feel like fire dancing this week. Or another week, I'm like, I want to play an ukulele song. Or like this week, I'm like, I'm trying to just cut my bangs and have a good time and yap. I've got a place for every flavor. David T, that's so funny. Van on the Moon next episode. Molly beats up a mechanic. Yeah, the shakedown of the fucking mechanic. Aw, thank you, Clem Johnson. I hope you enjoyed looking at the shop. Juggling cheese is the best fun. Can't say I've tried it, but it sounds great. I love I Don't Know Baby. What's the story behind that? Okay, so the story behind I Don't Know Baby is that 3 years ago, over 3 years ago now probably, I wanted to start a business. I wanted to start a brand. I just set out on this venture of I'm gonna make something for myself. Sorry, there's like a tractor driving by again. 1 second. Carrying a huge log. Okay. Anyway, I Don't Know Baby started because 3.5 years ago or so, I decided that I want to break out of that cycle of working a full-time job, paying rent, the whole cycle I described earlier, Mars's life. I wanted to break out of Mars's life, and I was like, what am I gonna call it? What am I gonna call it? I sat for days just wanting to come up with a name that really resonated with me to call my art. to call my brand, my business, my website. And it got to the point where I was so just like at a loss that I turned to Rainbows and I'm like, I told him my idea. I'm like, I really wanna make something and I can't think of a name. And he looked at me and he was like, well, I don't know, baby. And I was like, that's the one, that's the name. So since then, I formed my LLC and it's called I Don't Know Baby LLC, and it's because I wanted to make something. I didn't know what exactly it was gonna be. I knew it would be creativity oriented and it would be my ticket out of that lifestyle of working full-time for some fucking corporate overlord. So there's I Don't Know Baby, and it's still kicking. It's evolved many times over, and I'm really happy to see it grow the way that it is, and now has branched out to where I Don't Know Baby actually is the overarching umbrella for all of my other endeavors are all part of I Don't Know Baby. Like if you scroll to the bottom of any of my videos, it says produced by I Don't Know Baby LLC, because it's the overarching creation platform that I have. Everything leads back to my website, idontknowbaby.com. The merch is I Don't Know Baby, even though there's like these other things like Van on the Moon. You would think that's a standalone thing, but Van on the Moon is one of the web shows produced by I Don't Know Baby. It's all interconnected behind the scenes, and I don't know how well that shows up on your guys' end. Like, I don't know if it translates in the interconnected way that I'm putting it out as, but just for my own mental clarity and path and sense of direction in life, that's how I look at it. Because I know that no matter, Puss knocked over the tripod, no matter what I'm doing, I know that it is part of my path, and having it be called I Don't Know Baby gives me the freedom to do whatever the fuck I want, which is great. So you want investors? I don't know. I haven't looked into getting like investors. I don't even know what that entails, really. I just am running my website, and my main revenue is from AdSense off of YouTube views and my website views. Modest Moose Mauer, you're welcome. Thank you for asking such a good question that I can give my spiel on. Awesome username, by the way. How do you get your teeth perfectly straight and white? Thanks for complimenting my teeth. I didn't do anything to them to make them straight. They just grew in good. So I just got lucky there. And for the whiteness of my teeth, I don't drink soda and I don't eat stuff with artificial dyes. So I think those are two key factors on having my teeth be white still. And I use natural toothpaste. Silent investors, sure. Yeah, I actually don't know what it exactly would entail, what having an investor, like people that go into business with me, or people that they're just funding it. Because in a way, I do have kind of investors, people such as David Sesney. Shout out to David Sesney. He's been a long-time supporter and has financially contributed to me in a extremely generous way. So I appreciate him so much. So I don't know if that's what you count as an investor. Or there's like Rodney Wilkins. He's sent me a good amount of funding over time. But they're not like expecting returns, you know? If someone were to come to me and work out a business deal where they're like, oh, I'm an investor, I'll front you the money to get your property and then you'll give me back interest or something, well, that's kind of just a loan. So I don't know. You should have gotten a sponsorship just from Ancestry and 23andMe because it inspired me to do it. I'm happy I could inspire you to find out more about your lineage. Yeah, I didn't get a sponsorship from them. I just did it on my own accord. I just like bought the kit and made the video because I wanted to. Do you eat more edibles instead of joints to keep your teeth white? No. I smoke big old doinks and my teeth are still white, so I don't know. I don't know. My teeth just don't really tend to get yellow much. Of course, investors means expecting with returns. Well, yeah, I mean, I guess I'd be open to investors. Like, if someone wanted to invest on the property that I want to buy, which eventually will make money because I will be making a shit ton of videos there. Like, once I have my patch of land, I'll be making so many videos on it that it's gonna be lucrative just because then I have a spot to be like making cool art pieces and like really spreading myself out and being able to be loud and to have a solid place to have just like a filming area set up, like a streaming spot that I don't have to repack every week. That was Rainbow's honking. Hello. So he's back from the post office. Molly, you get complimented on your teeth weekly. I never once gotten one in my entire life. Should I be concerned? I don't think nothing's wrong with them. Maybe I've been wronged. Honk. Mars, do you smile a lot? Cause honestly, I think that one of the reasons people comment on my teeth so much, I have a couple of theories. I think this is a three-parter. One, I'm smiling like all the time. And I think people should all smile more because when you smile, even if you're not happy, your brain releases endorphins. So if you're not happy and you smile, you'll automatically feel happier and you'll show off your teeth. So I think one reason people compliment my teeth so often is because they're always out. I'm just like steady cheesing. Two, like I said, don't drink soda, don't eat stuff with dyes. So they're just like more white. And thirdly, I just didn't have to have braces or anything. And my teeth are also kind of sharp compared to a lot of people, so I think they're just like kind of got the fang vibe, which has become popularized by the media via vampire movies. I lied, there's a fourth one. The fourth theory is that given the rest of my appearance and how people think I just look dirty, there's a stark contrast between my ratty brown dreads and then my my white teeth, my white straight teeth. look extra white and extra straight when they're by my ratty ass hair. So there's my theories on it. Yeah, I'm a life coach. Hello, welcome to the show. What do you use to wash your dreads? I'm using African black soap shampoo. I've actually used that before too. But now I use Raw Roots organic dread shampoo. Aw, just passing through, sent $10. Thank you. Here is an interest-free investment. Heck yeah, thank you, just passing through. That'll be part of the contribution that goes into the moon property. Victor said, when you're smiling, the world smiles with you. Yeah, honestly, through smiling, I think it inherently spreads positivity. I've always been a cheeser. I remember as a kid, even as a teen, like in high school, I had people make fun of me for smiling a lot. Like, and I'm like, come on, like, of all things that you could rag on somebody for, to be like, you're weird, why are you always smiling? It's like, you're kind of a bitch, why are you talking shit to me right now? Being happy is infectious to both yourself and the people around you. So like, for example, me putting on like a crazy cheesing smile probably creates some happier feelings in you guys just by visually witnessing it, because humans are super interconnected, more so than we can even explain. So for example, you're walking down the street and you see someone and you smile at them and they smile back. Now they just had some endorphins release because they smiled, and smiling releases endorphins. So we're just spreading happiness by showing our chompers. Showing off our chompers and squinting our eyes is magic. Modest Moose Mauer, that's sweet. He said, you're a super smart gal. Great responses to the questions. Thank you. I'm glad that I could, I don't know, provide good answers. Because sometimes when I'm on here just like yapping away, I wonder if it's doing any good for the world. I'm having fun regardless when I'm streaming. So I guess it doesn't really matter if it's contributing anything, but it helps me find more meaning in life if I know that me coming on here and yapping every week is bringing positivity to the Mooners and all of your lives. We've got an idea from Kevin Mack. An idea for a large artwork, 2 cement truck mixers welded together to make an hourglass, then painted on the sides on a steel frame and turnstile, giant lazy Susan that spins with solar power. Wow, that sounds like quite the creation. I would love to make some extremely big art pieces, and those are all gonna have to wait for when I have the property, because obviously living in vans and suitcases, I can only make so big of pieces. But once I have land and I'm making pieces that are actually made of like big wooden structures, and eventually I want to get into the kind of Burning Man style art that's actually from metal. Those big like metal structures are so cool with lights on them and stuff. Like The art, once I have a land, will be upscaled greatly. Picture van on the moon, but it's not a van. It's just some giant monster of a machine made from scratch. Like, I've got so many visions constantly going through my mind's eye of shit that I want to make that I know would be so cool, and I just don't have a place to do it. So I need this Volkswagen to sell already so I can get going on that stuff. But for now, I'm just trying to practice presence and accept that I'm going through a lot of shifts in my life and healing through a lot of stuff, so it's good to slow down. So here I am, still on Maui. Victor said, my Saturdays are less boring after Molly intervention. Good, good. I'm glad I could bring some good vibes to your Saturday. This brings good vibes to my Saturdays too. Lucas, do you enjoy more shrooms or LSD? Shrooms, I like shrooms way better. I mean, Lucy's a cool girl, but she wants to hang out for a long time, and she's very intense. So shrooms feel, plus her being chemical based. I know everything's chemicals when it comes down to like molecular speaking, but having something that magic that can just like sprout off of a cow turd draws my attention in a lot more of a pure way than synthesized things do. You know, I like stuff that's a gift from Gaia, some earth magic. Sal said, I find it so peaceful and calm watching your streams. I'm glad that you're able to find this peaceful, because sometimes we're bouncing all over the place. Molly, please sketch or draw these art projects in a notebook or journal for future reference. Yes, I actually have a journal that I sketch a lot of stuff into and write my ideas into. You guys have gotten little sneak peeks of it. It's that green leather looking one that looks like it's super old and beat up, but it was designed that way. That thing's full of special ideas and magic. The adventure has just started. Buckle up. Yeah, I'm strapped in because I know this is going to be a long ride. I am not even that old yet, and it's been a long ride. So I know there's going to be so many chapters of my life left. And now that I'm in a creator position of my life, I feel good about that because I know that I can craft all the chapters. I'm not just at mercy of existence anymore, which I would say I used to be. I was just going with what I thought was supposed to be done, but now I'm like in the realization that we get to choose what our life is, and so I'm choosing to lead with creativity and follow what I want to do. People who try and force me into society can go fuck themselves, and I'll keep spreading my message until the mooners are all over the world also spreading the message, and then we can beat capitalism, break down the societal fucking time warp that people get stuck in. They want you trapped. People, hey, indica flower. I get that at least once a stream. Me and her really don't even look that much alike if you actually look at us. We just both have brown dreads and relatively pale skin. When you get the land, check out building an insulated concrete form home. They can last 1,000 years. Fireproof, typhoon-proof. I actually have been looking into what type of structures I want to make. Because though I like living out of vans and I will be living in the Moonermobile on the property, that's not a forever plan. I will eventually be building an Earthship home, and if you guys have seen those, they're very well designed. The structure itself is made of cob, which is basically concrete from what I can tell, and you fill the inside of the walls with whatever. Some people actually use garbage, compressed garbage, inside of the walls of the house, which ends up getting coated with a concrete type thing. So the garbage doesn't, like, you're not seeing it or smelling it or anything. It's completely closed in. And if you can imagine how much trash it would take to completely fill the walls of a house, there's that much less trash in a landfill somewhere. So it does good for the environment. It is earthquake proof, very sturdy. It's actually self-insulating, and you're supposed to build them facing in a certain direction, and you can have rain catchment on top. You can have even grass or plants growing up over it, like a Hobbit style house, and then you end up with the perfect temperature year round. You don't need to have AC or heater. It's just built to be perfect. So eventually, when I'm in a house, it certainly is gonna be an Earthship. Yep, passive solar. Kevin Mack is on it. Are you gonna be building a moon base? Yes, that's what the property's gonna be. So the property will be the moon. I'll be living in the Moonermobile, the van, parked on the moon. So van on the moon will be at peace. Everything will be aligned for that, and we'll keep running with van on the moon for a while, but eventually it will be time to create the moon base, which will be an Earthship, and that'll be vlogged, that whole process. Probably, I haven't decided which channel that'll go on yet, because Van on the Moon is gonna have me like in the van living on the property, but as far as the actual homesteading and Earthship home constructing, that might be this channel. Because I've been really having to feel into it, and Van on the Moon has an expiration date. This channel doesn't, because this is just Molly and the Mooners. It could be whatever I want it to be. So yeah, lots of stuff. But before that, before any of that can happen, all I can do is be in my present moment, keep healing through shit, and take care of this long dreadlock that's covering my face. One step at a time, one step at a time. You'll get free tomato plants from all the doo-doo seeds. What? I mean, I guess. Are you talking about from me eating tomatoes? That is a very peculiar thing to say. See, when we get to this stage, oh my god, it's been over 2 hours. Yeah, when we get to this stage of the live stream, stuff starts getting weird. But I guess we did have some making up for last week not really having a stream. So I think that it's time for me to start making some breakfast. Sorry to the people who just got here. We're just closing up, but if you want to come hang out with us, because I see Antonello said that they're liking the vibe here. This vibe happens here on this channel, same time every week, 10:10 a.m. Hawaiian Standard Time, live events on YouTube. There's always an episode premiere, and then after the episode premiere, we live stream for however long I feel like. Today we're vibing, so it's been 2.5 hours. Molly, can you do the thing with that butterfly comb I saw in the vid today? Just want to make sure it's amazing skill, not AI. So I actually don't have it with me right this second, but I could go grab it, or maybe I could just bring my phone in there, do the trick, and then stop the stream. Warning, it's gonna be dark when I go in there probably. You better go eat, Molly. Been a long stream. Yeah, it's 1 o'clock. It's time for me to have brekkie. Or I could leave you guys on a cliffhanger. Next week on the live stream. Next week, I'll go find my Bali song and do some tricks for you guys. Oh, yeah, go feed your growling stomach. Yes, it is time. It is time. Thank you, everyone, for joining me for another weekly Mooner live stream. Always fun vibes here, talking about all type of random ideas. And just for a full circle moment, since it was the title of the live stream, I am not Amy from the Phish concert. I'm Molly from the moon, and I'm just watching and entertained by this current internet controversy of people trying to find out whether I'm her or not. So see you guys next week. Have an amazing, beautiful week. Don't forget to smile. And until next time, peace, love, and mooner shit.